Welcome back to another video. So, what are we going to do and what are we going to talk about? Well, first of all, I want to apologize for being gone for about like a month. I went to go see Lady Gaga at her Mayhem Ball tour, and if you don't believe me, bam, Las Vegas Mayhem Ball first show. Opening night. Yes, I was there. But yeah, this video was supposed to be filmed like a long time ago, but I just haven't gotten around to doing it, and I just want to apologize for that. We're gonna be talking about all the movies I watched in the month of July, and I believe there's a total of 13. So that's a lucky number, right? Right? It's a lucky number. Okay. But yeah, like I said, I was supposed to film this a long time ago, like the beginning of August. But I'll be honest with you, the Lady Gaga. Okay, first of all, Lady Gaga concert was phenomenal. Chef's kiss, amazing. I cried, I danced, I jumped, I was screaming, I was shouting, and with that came its drawbacks. I lost my voice for a good 2 weeks. And that already is, let's say 14, and 16th was when I saw her. So 16 plus 14, that's already 30, right? Yeah, 30. I hope I'm right. And so that already being, I couldn't talk. And though I'm not gonna say I was fully mute, it hurt to talk in general. And I'll show you some clips of me just yelling my lungs out.
It's fucking Joseph! Get with that, oh my god! Let's go!
And so with that, I really damaged it. And so this was supposed to be filmed the month, like beginning of August. It's currently August 29th, and now I'm just getting around to filming this. If you haven't already, if you love movies just as much as me, you could go ahead and follow me on Letterboxd. My Letterboxd handle is TRF101 or 101. And you might ask, what do those three letters have any symbolic or meaningful reason behind it? No, it's just because it's easy to type it because it's literally, Mom, I'm filming a YouTube video. Fuck, that was scary, bro. That was really scary, deadass. Okay. But yeah, so we're gonna be talking about the movies I watched in the month of July. First movie I watched was The Tale of Princess Kaguya. It came out in 2013 and is made by Isao Takahata. I'm gonna butcher the hell out of his name right now, but version of Crime and Punishment found inside a shining stalk of bamboo by an old bamboo cutter and his wife. I regret drinking the bubble, it's making me burp. A tiny girl grows rapidly into an exquisite young lady. The mysterious young princess enthralls all who encounter her, but ultimately she must confront fate. This was a rewatch. I've seen it before. I saw it back in 2020, and so I remember when I first watched it, I cried like pretty badly. But I do remember this one came out around I don't know, it came out around the same time, but it was nominated for Best Original Animated Movie or something like that at the Oscars, and it lost to Big Hero 6. Okay, looking back on that, like, older me would definitely say The Tale of Princess Kaguya. Younger me would say Big Hero 6. And I will admit, Big Hero 6 is a banger. Everyone and their mama in the chokehold because it's low key good. It's when Disney was having its generational run, honestly. Now it's just like a.
Okay with killing babies in foster care and killing children that have been abused.
That's not the point. What I'm saying.
That's really.
I don't even know what the fuck it is anymore. It's not, but The Tale of Princess Kaguya is really good. And if you like a very whimsical and beautiful animated movie, this movie's really well known for having the animation, of course, being, from Studio Ghibli, so what do you expect? Um, and also because a lot of it looks like a watercolor. So if you're really into that and you want something unique besides, your basic 2D, like flat or you know what I mean, I would definitely give this a try. I also really liked it. I only seen the English dub. I've not seen the original Japanese audio, but I do know Lucy Liu and James Caan and Chloe Mortiz. Chloe Grace Mortiz, I think is her name. I don't know. And that guy from fucking Hop and the Sonic movies that always talks to animals, he's in it too. And they all do really good. And there's also, I just remembered, Dean Cain is in the movie. Cain has a very small role, so don't be like, oh my god, I don't want to. Literally max less than 5 minutes of screen time. So don't worry, he's not like he kind of is a vital part, but not really a vital part where he actually has a bunch of screen time. It's just he's there, boom, boom, boom. Okay, he's gone. That's it. That's literally it. So next one, it's Eraserhead. Came out in 1977, directed by David Lynch. The synopsis is where your nightmares end. First time father Henry Spencer tries to survive the industrial environment, his angry girlfriend, and an unbearable screams of a mutant baby. This is a rewatch as well. I think at most 3 times. Out of those 3 times, I still don't know what happens. I am like every time and I don't even know what I'm eating. Um It's out there, I will admit. It's David Lynch's like well-known ones, and I do know he passed away. And unfortunately, I have not seen any other of his movies besides Eraserhead. And I do really want to watch more of his movies. I really hear a lot about Blue Velvet and Mulholland Drive, if I'm not mistaken. And Twin Peaks and all those. But when I think of Twin Peaks, I think of the restaurant and the waitresses. But there is a show too. It is really interesting because I feel like we could like each person has a different outlook on the movie, and I think it's a really good one if you want to have a conversation starter. I do remember the first time I watched it was with my brother, and we talked for hours on what our meanings and what we had interpreted from the movie. So I think that's one I really like, though it does have like a solid like foundation. Be like, oh yeah, look, first time father, girl's worried because he doesn't know how to be a father. He's a young man and a young girl. Now, what do we do? We're entering a world of parenthood and we don't know what the hell we're doing, and things are really going fast paced with the industrial movement. Jobs are going crazy, shit like that. And we all have our own views on it, and talking to my brother about it for hours, it was pretty interesting. I would definitely give it a watch. It's pretty interesting. And the mutant baby is my favorite part because I saw a picture and I think I put it in the thumbnail if I'm not mistaken, where they make him look like a Subway sandwich. So I found that very funny. So yeah, I would really watch it if I were you. Next one is Knives Out. Came out in 2019 and is directed by Ryan Johnson. The synopsis says, hell, any of them could have done it. Well-renowned crime novelist Harlan Thrombey is found dead in his estate just after his 85th birthday. The inquisitive and debonair detective Benoit Blanc is mysteriously enlisted to investigate. From Harlan's dysfunctional family to his devoted staff, Blanc sifts through the web of red herrings and self-serving lies to uncover the truth behind Harlan's ultimate death. This is a rewatch again. I will be honest, I think July there was a lot of rewatches, but I want to give you something in August. August there was a lot of new, so but Knives Out is a good movie. I think it would be later on in the future considered a classic. I really like it. The cast is really fucking stacked. You have Daniel Craig, Chris Evans, Ana de Armas, Jamie Lee Curtis, Michael Shannon, Don Johnson, Toni Collette, Lakeith Stanfield, Christopher Plummer, and a bunch more in there. They do. really well. And if you just like a mysterious or thriller and comedy, not thriller, but more of a detective kind of funny in a way, it's really good. I don't want to go too much in it because if you spoil it, you really can't enjoy the movie to its fullest. So that's the only thing I hate about like mystery movies is once you figure out like once after the first watch you already know what happens, but I like watching it because it's really good and I like looking at the smaller details now that I look to see if there's any, and there is a lot. So I would definitely give this a watch. It's a good family movie, definitely during Thanksgiving times, which if I'm not mistaken it did come out during Thanksgiving, like in November when in 2019, but at the time I didn't wasn't able to go. um but if it was ever back in theaters, I would for sure go and see it in theater to experience it at its fullest. And yeah, it's a really good movie. Right, next up, we're going into something that I finally watched for the first time. And this one I was really excited for, and that's The Day the Earth Blew Up, a Looney Tunes movie. A full 2D animated movie in the big 2025. But it came out in 2024, but I saw it in 2025. To the director, Peter Brown-Gard. I hope I'm saying his name right. That is his name. How the synopsis says: to save the world, they'll have to stick together. Porky and Daffy, the classic animated odd couple, turn into unlikely heroes when their antics at the local bubblegum factory uncover a secret alien mind control plot. Against all odds, the two are determined to save their own town and the world, as if they don't drive each other crazy in the process. I'm just looking at the cast right now, and the voice actor of Soldier 76 is in it, and he's the scientist. And Farmer Jim. What the fuck? What are he doing here? I wanted to enjoy, but I don't think I can enjoy it to its fullest. It's okay. I expected more, and it should have been better, but I didn't get it.
On the bottom, Paige, you were good. I'm waiting for you to be great.
Being a 2D animated movie in modern times, especially in 2024, 2025, is a miracle because we all resource to 3D animation. So seeing that is yippee, I'm very happy to see that. But the story wasn't clicking for me. I was really, and I mean this in the most wholeheartedly way. I was really trying to get invested, and I was just like, okay, like I don't know, maybe because all the other characters, such as like Eel, Sammy Sam, and Marvin the Martian, and I'm naming characters, so don't take this in the wrong way, but like Lola Bunny and shit like that, they're not in it. It's just Donald Duck. Is it Donald? It's Daffy. Donald Duck is the fucking Disney character. Daffy Duck and Porky the Pig and another pig. I forgot her name, but it's a girl. And it is good. It had its funny moments. One of the funny moments I shouldn't laugh at, but I did. Mind you, I watched this on the airplane all the way when I was on my way to Vegas. So maybe that might have part on why I wasn't really clicking with the story. It was because I'm on an airplane. Airplanes are miserable, okay? And so the part that I found funny that I shouldn't have was it shows Daffy Duck and Porky Pig when they're little and they get um taken in by a farmer that takes care of them when they were babies. And Daffy Duck is the crazy one doing crazy shit, and he like launched something into a dresser, and like a glassware fell onto Porky Pig's head, and Porky Pig didn't have a reaction, but then he was playing with his toys and talking, and then he started stuttering when he was after he got hit in the head because of that. And so Daffy Duck was the reason why he has a stutter. I don't laugh about people having a stutter. It's not cool, but in the moment I was so taken aback by it, and I was like, "Oh man!" And I do admit, I did laugh a bit. I did laugh a bit at it. But yeah, so like there is funny moments that I was like, oh, like I did laugh, but besides that, the story wasn't really clicking, and so that's why I gave it a 3 out of 5. Would I recommend it? Yeah, if you're like Looney Tunes. I grew up watching Looney Tunes because of my mom. Like, of course I want to watch it. But if you don't care about Looney Tunes, I would say it's okay. You can pass this one. Though I love to say all movies. I love all movies. There's some I'll be like, "Okay, yeah, you're not gonna die if you don't see it." So, and I think that'd be one. Unless you're like, oh, I like 2D animation, then go ahead and watch it. So, but to each their own. You can do whatever you. All right, next one is Good Morning by Yasujiro Ozu. I hope I said his name right. Came out in 1959, and the synopsis is Important Things Are Hard to Say. A lighthearted take on the director's perennial theme of the challenges of intergenerational relationships. My nose got really stuffy out of nowhere. Morning tells the story of two young boys who stop speaking and protest after their parents refused to buy them a television set. Ozu weaves a wealth of subtle gags in the family portrait as rich as those of his dramatic films, mocking the foibles of the adult world through the eyes of a child's protagonists. Shot in a stunning color and is set in the suburbs of Tokyo, where housewives gossip about the neighbor's new washing machine and unemployed husbands looking for work as door to door salesmen. The charming comedy refashions Osu's own silent classic, I Was Born, but to gentle satirize consumerism in post war Japan. Okay, trying to remember something. So I remember when I watched this one, I was already fuck, if I can open this water bottle, that's great. I was already back in town from Vegas, and like I said, post-concert depression was kicking my ass really bad. To the point where when I left from Vegas, I was crying on the airplane because the concert was now past memory instead of something happening in the moment or something I could look forward to. In the plane, I was like, damn, there's nothing to look forward to. But don't worry, I have stuff to look forward to now. I'm going to a convention next month, I think. Next month or in 2 months, I don't remember. Um, but so I was looking for something different because I really couldn't find anything that was just clicking in the moment. And so I remember seeing this one. I don't know where. I hope I didn't see it at the CD store because if I did, I'm gonna lose my mind because I should have gotten it. No, I think I saw it. I saw it online. I remember seeing it online, and I was like,
Damn! Damn!
"That looks interesting." I forgot where I saw it, and I'm I'm literally hoping it wasn't at the DVD store because I should have gotten it, but I didn't. Um, but I remember seeing it and I was like, it looks interesting. And I haven't seen any of Yasujiro Ozu movies. He's very well known for making Tokyo Story, Late Spring, An Autumn Afternoon, Tokyo Twilight, and much more. And he's very well known, like in the Japanese world, for his movies. Um, so I was like, well, if I want to start something, I'll start somewhere. So I started with Good Morning, and it really I don't know if it's supposed to bring comfort, but it brought me a lot of comfort for some reason because, I remember being younger and wanting a TV in my room. And I didn't get one until I was like a little bit older. And it was a handy down like 20-inch screen TV. It wasn't the best TV. It was like a handy down TV and I was so happy. And I remember playing my PlayStation 2 games on there and like I was happy. I was a little kid, so I was so happy and with the kids and wanting a TV and getting the TV and seeing the excitement, it brought me a lot of comfort and also nostalgia. It also reminded me when I was younger too, when I got my first PlayStation 4. I remember begging my mom for PlayStation 4 like for a good year, and then my mom and grandmother got together and bought the PlayStation 4 for me for Christmas, and I remember crying because I was so happy and I had gotten Call of Duty 3 with it, and I was so happy. I've played Call of Duty all night that night. But I do remember my mom watching me play. I think this was a canon event for everyone. For Black Ops 3. The opening segment in Black Ops Zombie, I think, and the girl was just there, and it's like Loki, kind of like sensual, and I'm just like, I remember playing the game. I'm looking at the game like this, and I just go, "Mom, it's not what it looks like. That I don't know what that is. What, mommy? What is that? I don't know what that is." And my mom's like, It's okay. Like, don't worry about it. Like, it could be worse. But yeah, and so seeing that, it just brought a lot of nostalgia, and I think the film really just helped me during that little post-concert depression I had. And I would recommend it if you want something lighthearted and something funny. Give it a watch, and especially it's also an international film, so if you want to expand your horizon, I would definitely say give it a watch. It's really good. I'm sorry, bro. I didn't mean to move you like that.
Okay, so I'm editing right now. If you don't believe me, hold up. It's editing me. La. I don't know if you can see it, but that's editing stuff right now. Bro, and it was there June 6th of this year. I got this last night. Editing me got it last night. So, I got it. That was turmoil I went through, but hey, it's secondhand and I got it for half price. And even better, I even got Yojimbo, which is an Akari Kurosawa, and Sanjuro, which is the sequel to Yojimbo. Oh shit. There we go. There we go. Yep. I made out like a bandit last night. Dead ass. Look at that right there. But this one, it was honestly, I think, a miracle that I got this one because I was telling mom the other day because we were looking and she was like, "Oh yeah, people tend to go to the Blu-ray area," and I was like, "Yeah, but I go to the Criterion Collection because they have a lot of the movies I know." And I had been there, like I when we were there, I was there, and that's when I got these two, right? So I was like, okay, well I got these two, and these are two Akira Kurosawa films. So I was like, okay, well I'm fine with that. You know, if I can get something, I'm fine with Akira Kurosawa because I love his movies. And I remember I saw Silent Story or Tokyo Story, which is another one of Yasujiro Ozu's like very much more iconic film, and I was like, there's got to be another one. And so I looked again, and I saw like a trilogy pack, and it was all like silent film, and I was like, okay, I don't want those. And so when I went again, after my mom was saying about the Blu-ray and shit, I was like, well, let me check one more time, and that's when I got it. And mind you, I went to the store literally like third, like 20 minutes before closing. We just went like last minute. We're like, let's just go. And so, yeah, and this is the inside. Look at that. Yeah. Oh, yeah. And this is like a whole backstory and shit on it. It's a lot, but I think I can open it. I'll show y'all real quick. Real quick, because this is going on a lot longer than I thought. But yeah, it's just papers. Shit. But the back is actually full blown art in it, so yeah, and this is one of the scenes in the movie. I'll get you back to the regular video because this is editing, and so yeah, this is what y'all don't see, the boring stuff. So I'll see y'all in the next one.
On to the next movie. This is a rewatch, and it is okay. Mike Johnson and Tim Burton worked together in the movie's Corpse Bride. It came out in 2005, and the synopsis says there's been a grave misunderstanding. I think everyone's seen Corpse Bride. I don't know any. You know what? I didn't know one person, and they had never seen Corpse Bride, which I don't know how the fuck, but in the 19th century Europe village, a young man about to be married and is whisked away to the underworld and to wed a mysterious corpse bride, while his real bride waits barefoot. What the fuck? In the land of the living. It's like it's Tim Burton. So what do you expect? Tim Burton movie. You know, this is like my like thousandth rewatch of the movie. I've been watching Corpse Bride since I was a kid. and it's a solid movie. It has Johnny Depp, Helena Bonham Carter, Emily Watson, Tracy Ullman, and Christopher Lee, and Michael Gough. Which, if you don't know about Michael Gough, he's Alfred, the butler of Batman in Michael Keaton's Batman, and I believe he's also the butler in Val Kilmer and or George Clooney. I don't know. Yo, fucking stupid. I could just look at it right here. I have it. Oh yeah, he was. He was the butler in for both Val Kilmer and George Clooney, and also Michael Keaton's Batman. So the more you know. But yeah, it's a solid movie. Honestly, if I was Victor, I would rather be with personal opinion. I'd rather be with what's homegirl's name? Emily, right? Emily, that's the bride. Yeah, I'd rather be with Emily instead of Victoria because I feel like Emily had more personality than Victoria, and Victoria just seemed very boring to be with. Honestly, that's my opinion. Please respect it. I'll respect yours. And I'll put that as my review too. Okay, next one. Next one, next one, next one, next one. Next one is Vertigo. Came out in 1958 and is directed by Alfred Hitchcock. All Alfred Hitchcock. The synopsis is Alfred Hitchcock engulfs you in a whirlpool of terror and tension. A retired San Francisco detective suffering from acrophobia, which is a fear of heights, investigates the strange activities of an old friend's wife, all the while becoming dangerously obsessed with her. This one I remember. This is a rewatch, by the way, again. This one I remember, when I first watched it, I was like, and I remember really, I enjoy Vertigo, but I think personally, my favorite, like favorite is Rope. If you haven't seen it, phenomenal movie. Phenomenal, phenomenal. Give me 14 more phenomenal. What was that on my fucking water bottle? There was like some shit on there, but I think it was deodorant. It was deodorant, y'all. Nothing weird. And one of the things I really like about Vertigo is the setting and the color. The color, I think it's Technicolor if I'm not mistaken, which I don't think we have. Like we don't do Technicolor anymore. Because it's so outdated. The color in the movie is just damn, it's out of this world. And especially with a place like San Francisco, which I've never been to, but I would love to go to in the future. Phenomenal, 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 phenomenal. And of course, James Stewart being James Stewart, phenomenal actor he is. I love his movies. He does phenomenal. He carries, and the story is really, it really just hooks you in very easily into it, and you just can't stop watching it. And it's one that if you haven't watched it, you're like, oh, I don't like watching old movies. You're missing out because you're missing like Vertigo, Psycho. You're missing the likes of I could name you old movies off the top of my head, but right now I just blanked out. Holy shit. What was the other one? You're missing out on like the Wolfman, Dracula, the show, um, Frankenstein, and like a bunch of iconic movies. So without the old, we would not have the new. Let's put it like that. And so, it's really good. Okay, next one. Okay, this one's a new one. Okay, okay. I think I might actually. Okay, the next movie I watched that was now first time watch is K-pop Demon Hunters. It came out in 2005. 2005, holy fuck. It came out in 2025 and it's directed by Maggie King and Chris Applehans. I don't know how to say that name. The synopsis is they sing, they dance, and they battle demons. With K-pop superstars Rumi, Mira, and Zoe aren't selling out stadiums, they are using their secret powers to protect the fans from supernatural threat. Okay, bro. Let me tell you something. Let me tell you something. I don't listen to K-pop regularly. I can maybe name you at least minimum 10, nothing more and nothing less. I don't know anything about it. um so when I watched this one, I remember, oh, you can see my big ass pimp. I remember hearing a lot about it on social media, and I never saw any advertisement for the movie. I just remember people seeing it, and they're like, have you seen K-pop Demon Hunters? Have you seen K-pop Demon Hunters? Oh my god, K-pop Demon Hunters, new thing. Oh my god, oh my god. Like, they were really hyping it up, and I was like, K-pop Demon Hunters, that's cringy. K-pop's weird. And so, uh, I think K-pop Demon Hunters doesn't help itself with the little clip they give you in the like, if you stay on a movie for long enough, they give you like a clip of it, and then they show you the movie, and then it starts. Okay, so with K-pop Demon Hunters, they give you a clip, and it's the Saja boy singing Soda Pop. Okay, don't Netflix change it, because I remember watching it and I was like, this shit look kind of cringy. And I remember my mom, she says she's not a K-pop fan, but I think she is secretly, because she listens to that Bruno Mars and Rosie song all the fucking time. Um, and so I remember, shit, I remember being like, what the fuck is this shit? Like, damn. Oh, because I'm stupid, right? And so I was kind of like, what the fuck? Dude, this headset, it is cutting my finger up. No, because then that's sticking out. I hate this. I need to get a mic. I need to get a mic. It's ASAP. And so, when it came to K-pop Demon Hunters, I was kind of like, okay. I didn't expect much from it. I didn't think I was gonna like it, honestly. And goodness forbid, I was wrong. It was really, really good. Though I will admit, it's not a perfect movie, and it was clearly made for kids. It has its strong points, and I would have to give it that, because, like I said, I came in a mindset of entertaining, which is one of the worst mindsets I think one can have when it comes to watching a movie, because you're going to be very pessimistic on the movie itself. I always encourage people, if you're watching a movie for the first time, go in blind and say, let's see what's going on. That's what I like to say. Let's see what's going on. And if you like it, you like it. If you don't, you don't. That's okay. And I went in with the wrong mindset, but the movie was so good that it changed my mindset for the better, I guess you could say. And though, like I said, some of the music, I was kind of like, okay. I wasn't vibing with all of them, but I will admit it had good songs, such as like Golden and Takedown were all really good. I'll give it that. So, and the characters are good, funny. Another thing I really enjoyed about it is that we had villains. I don't know what's going on with modern kids movies, but there's no villains. I don't see villains anymore. Especially with Disney, for example. Disney, I don't see villains anywhere. It's a twisted villain every fucking time. And so seeing a villain, playing in your face saying, "Yeah, look, it's a villain." It felt really good to see that. And, phenomenal. Great. I would recommend people to watch it. And I think another thing I really enjoyed about it is just it's simple, because remember, it's a kids movie. And sometimes, yeah, you might say, well, I want to watch, the 3-hour epic of Seven Samurai. Or I want to watch, this tends to be more film people. I don't know about regular people, but film people, they tend to be like, oh, I watch a Hungarian movie made in the 1917, and it's a 5-hour picture flick about a girl surviving the streets of Hungary as a prostitute. And I'm like, bitch, y'all can't just watch cartoons and be regular people. And they're like, no, I don't do that around here. I want to watch cinema. I'm like, cinema is for everyone. You can watch whatever. Cinema could be, a video about a cat eating fish, and it's really good. And also, cinema could be about a Austria woman in Hungary surviving the streets in a 4-hour picture movie about her being a prostitute. Anything. And, I really liked it because K-pop Demon Hunters is just simple, straight to the point. Bada bing, bada boom, bada bing, bada boom. Here we go, and we singing, singing, and singing, and singing, and here we go, here we go, here we go. So it was really good. I would recommend it for sure. Next one, it's a rewatch. Are they all rest rewatch? Okay, no, they're not. One is not a rewatch. So the rest are rewatch. So I will let you know on that. Next one is Dracula.
For Halloween. Don't come to my house or else I'll suck your dick. Blood. I'll suck your blood. Oh, shit.
Came out in 1931, directed by Todd Browning. And it's the story of the strangest passion the world has ever known. The synopsis: British estate agent Renfield travels to the Transylvania to meet the mysterious Count Dracula, and who is interested in leasing a castle in London. After Dracula enslaves Renfield and drives him into insanity, the pair sail to London together, and Dracula, a secret vampire, begins preying on London's socialites. This stars Bela Lugosi, Helen Candler, David Manner, Dwight Fryer, and many more artists that were big at the time. But I think the most iconic one is Bela Lugosi. Um, it's just Dracula. I don't know how to explain it. It's just like, oh yeah, like literally the synopsis just gave you the whole story. Um, but I do like a lot of the Universal classic horror movies. It's not like I said horror movies. Horror movies, they're really good. Like I said, The Wolfman, Frankenstein, The Wife of Frankenstein, The Creature from Black Lagoon, The Invisible Man, The Mummy. It's movies that I can sit down and be like they're good. I don't mind watching them whenever I can. And I do like it because I'm on Amazon. I don't know if you need a certain subscription on Amazon Prime Video, but they have a channel, live channel. All they play is those movies, so all the Universal classic monster movies. Very good. I really do want to go to Universal as well because I know they installed the Epic Island or something like that, or the Epic Adventure, and it has all the Universal classics and movies. And I'm like, so hopefully I could go soon because they have Dracula there, from what I heard, and they have the Wolfman and Frankenstein and Brad Frankenstein, and also I think Van Helsing's in it too, which Van Helsing is in the Dracula movie that I just mentioned. So yeah, I'm pretty excited about that. Um, but it's solid. I really enjoy it. And I think it's a good Halloween because spooky season's coming around. It's literally less than a month if we're looking at it from my standpoint because we're literally August 29th. So, to get into the Halloween spooky spirit, I would say, watch these movies because they're pretty good. And if you haven't seen them, give it a shot because they're pretty enjoyable. And I know they have the comedy versions, which are the Abbott, and I don't know what the fuck, Abbott and something Castellanos, I think is what they're called, and they incorporate comedy into the horror. So they have like the Wolfman and Frankenstein meet up and shit. They have crossover. It's a whole fucking universe, dead ass. So if you want to get into something different, I would say get into the Universal Classic Monsters. Though they don't really do them that much anymore, and I am aware they did try to bring it back with The Mummy, which starred Tom Cruise, and also Dracula, which had the I forgot his name, but I know he played Gaston in the live action Beauty and the Beast. But yeah, and that failed, which was kind of expected because don't get me wrong, the Dracula Untold. That's what it's called, Dracula Untold. Dracula Untold is a solid movie. I don't give a fuck. It's good. It's okay. It's good. The Mummy though was straight shit. But yeah, give the mum give this one a watch. Give this one a watch. It's really good. And if you want, like I said, get a spooky spirit, this one. And show you something that I have for my collection of these, if I can get it. Yep, I can, bitches. I have this as well. The definitive collection, and it has all three of the Dracula, Frankenstein, and the Wolfman. And this I got secondhand. I believe it was $15. And I guess the person that had this really took care of it because none of the CDs are scratched. They were like all in mint condition, so that's a plus and that's a win. That's why I like shopping secondhand. So yeah, um, it it I was able to get there one handed, but yeah, it's a good movie. Y'all should watch it, please. Because also I need people to talk about them with because the only person I could talk about those movies are my mom because we're the only two that watch them that I know. I don't know anyone else that watches those movies. But yeah, it's also short. It's only 74 minutes, so it's like an hour and 14. Okay, and the next one is The Grand Budapest Hotel. Came out in 2014 and has directed by Wes Anderson. And the synopsis is a murder case of Madame D with enormous wealth and the most outrageous events surrounding her sudden death. The Grand Budapest tells us, oh, the Grand Budapest Hotel tells a, holy shit, that's a tongue twister. The Grand Budapest Hotel tells a legendary concierge a famous European hotel between the wars of his friendship with a young employee who becomes his trusted protege. The story involves the theft of recovery of a priceless Renaissance painting, the battle of an enormous family fortune, and the slow and sudden upheavals that transformed Europe during the first half of the 20th century. Oh my god! I felt like I was reading like a tongue twister, and I don't know if that was intentional or not. So, the Grand Budapest Hotel stars very notable actors and actresses such as Ralph Fiennes, F. Murray Abraham. Who the fuck is your name?
Matthew Amalek. Ooh, I don't know how to say that name. I don't know if I said that right, but that's his name. Yeah, I'm not gonna try to announce that again. Adrian Brody. He gets on my last nerves. Dead ass. Bro, Adrian Brody. Adrian Brody with his artist era, he's like, so guys, I made this painting, you wanna see? And it's just like a replica of Jackson Pollock and like Andy Warhol. Bro, doesn't make you bank though, but fuck, man, I'm like, I could do that and I can make money too. William Defoe, my homeboy, and Jeff Goldblum, Harvey Keitel, Jude Law, Bill Murray, Edward Norton, Jason Schwartzman. How do you say her name? She's in Lady Bird, but I've never seen Lady Bird, by the way. I don't know how the hell you say her name. Like, that is a unique ass name. But yeah, it's good. If you like a little, not a little, but if you like I guess like a cat and mouse movie, I would call it a cat and mouse movie with very good visuals. Give it a watch. It's very good, very funny, and at times has very serious notes in it, but it's really good. I enjoy it. I remember the reason why I found out about the Grand Budapest Hotel was because at one of the movie theaters I go to, this was years ago, they had a prop from the movie, and I don't know what it was. I think it might have been Zero's hat, I believe, that he wears, like, because he's the hotel lobby boy or something like that. And it had the poster in the back, and it had, like, what the hell it is and shit. And I remember being like, that looks like a good movie. And then I get home, and I find out that Wes Anderson made, Fantastic Mr. Fox, and I was like, and then I was like, oh, he made Olive Dogs too. And then I watched it, and it was really good. And I remember telling my brother about it, but he didn't care. And then years later, I told my mom, and she was like, "Oh, well, I'll give it a watch." And she really likes it, so I won something, I guess. And funny enough, off topic, but kind of on topic, because an actor's in it, Jeff Goldblum, he's performing here in my town, and I was like, "Yeah, let's go see Jeff Goldblum live, yeah." When the fuck are you gonna tell me Jeff Goldblum to see him live is more expensive to go to that than to go see Lady Gaga live? I hope my shit didn't glitch. I'm gonna have to say it again. Why is it more expensive to go see Jeff Goldblum? Is it Jeff Goldblum or Jeff Goldberg? Jeff Goldblum live in concert because he performs, he plays the piano. Why is that more expensive than to go see Lady Gaga live? Make it make sense, okay? Because I think at the top, like nosebleed seats, those tickets are almost $300. I ain't paying all that fucking money. I love Jeff Goldblum, but I ain't paying all that money, bro. Okay, Lady Gaga, I got pretty good seats. I was able to get first floor, not ground level, but close to it. And I was able to get that for like $200 per person. But the service and fees and convenience fee really added up. So I'm not gonna tell you the price because I'm not proud of it. I'm not proud I spent that much, but I got to see Lady Gaga, so I don't mind. Okay, next one. This was a first watch for me, and this is The Rear Window. It came out in 1954 and is directed by Alfred Hitchcock. The synopsis says, it only takes one witness to spoil the perfect crime. A wheelchair-bound photographer spies on his neighbors from the apartment window and becomes convinced one of them has committed a murder. Okay, I remember I've tried watching a rear window multiple times, but I don't know what it was. I guess the timing or whatever. I couldn't just sit there and watch the movie. For some reason, I'll just be like, okay, okay, and then fall asleep. And I'll be like, okay, okay, well, I'm gonna get on my phone. I'm bored. Okay, okay, well, I gotta go use the restroom. And then I'll be in the restroom. And then I'm hungry. And then well, I need this. Well, I need. It always seemed like whenever I tried to watch it, something would happen, and I could just never sit down and watch the whole damn movie. And so finally, one night, I was like, okay, I'm gonna sit my ass down. I'm gonna watch it. And I'm gonna finish it. Pause. And I did. And damn, it was a good one. It really. I don't want to spoil it because it's kind of. I don't want to spoil it because it's easy to spoil. I don't want to spoil it, especially if you're intending on watching this. It's really good. James Stewart does phenomenal as always. There's a cat, and he watches people spy. He's spying on his neighbors and seeing something, and something happens. Bada bing, bada boom. But also, yet again, it's filmed in Technicolor, so the color in the movie is really good, and
and it's really good. And honestly, I had a great time watching it, and I was really getting into it. And I remember towards the end, I won't say what happened. I was like screaming at my TV. I was like I was. It was really bad. It was really, really, really bad. I was getting into it. I was getting into it like those Cowboys fans when they destroy their TV because they lost again for the like 50th year in a row. That's me. I was like that, but I wasn't mad because I was losing. I was mad because some shit was about to go down, and I did not want it to happen to my homegirls. There we go. Give you a good explanation why I like the movie, and I gave it 4.5 out of 5. Yeah. Okay, next one. The Incredibles came out in 2004 and is directed by Brad Bird. The synopsis says, "Save the day. Bob Barr has given up on his superhero days to log in time as an insurance adjuster and raise his three children with his formerly heroic right. Whoa, his heroically fuck his formerly heroic wife in suburbia. Not Serbia, suburbia, like suburbs. But when he receives a mysterious assignment, it's time to get back into the costume. It's honestly, I don't know. I like it. I like The Incredibles, and I like it much more than the second one. Mirage. Hear me out now, okay? Mirage. Y'all need to hear me out on it. She's a bad baddie. I'm not gonna call her a bitch because that's disrespectful. And my mom raised me better than that. So I don't call ladies bitches because that's mean. It's phenomenal. And one of my favorite things about The Incredibles is the music. And of course, I've really been getting into the lore of The Incredibles, which I didn't know that was a fucking thing. I didn't know there was a huge amount of lore in the movie or yeah, behind the movie, with all the other superheroes and like their backstory and their powers and shit. All I knew them was when they talked about them very little, and then the few scenes that they were in, and that's it. But then, TikTok being TikTok, people started talking about all the heroes and their lore and their powers and everything. I was like, holy shit, this is a lot more darker than I remember it. And it's phenomenal and really good. And the music, like I said, one of my favorite parts is the music. The jazz, bitch. I will be cooking my breakfast and put that shit on and pretending I'm cooking for a family of 5 in the mid 50s and shit, like I'm a stay-at-home wife. Though I'm cooking for myself, and my cats are yelling at me because I haven't fed them yet. That's literally like the soundtrack goes hard. Okay, right? Am I right on that? I told you. So yeah, really good, phenomenal movie. And also because Jason Lee's in it, and he's Syndrome, and Samuel L. Jackson, which he's Frozone, and Frozone is such a cool fucking character. Frozone is just Frozone, but fuck man, I want to be Frozone, bro. Okay, I don't want to be Elastigirl. I don't want to be. You know what? I take that back because I can be Syndrome and I can have a baddie like Mirage. So I call dibs on being Syndrome. Thank you. Just don't expect me to dress up as wacky as hell as like Syndrome, because that shit, that costume Syndrome be wearing was goofy as hell and ugly as hell. And the last movie is the next movie. Yeah, the last movie in this 13 movies I've watched in July is Robots. Came out in 2005 and is directed by Chris Wedge. The biggest comedy ever assembled. Rodney Copperbottom is a young robot inventor who dreams of making the world a better place until the evil Ratchet takes over Big World Industries. Now Rodney's dreams of and those of his friends are in danger becoming obsolete. I fucking love this movie, okay? Like, okay, it's a kids movie. Okay. You need to understand something. Younger me loved this movie so much that when I was younger, I had watched it so many times that I could close my eyes and rewatch the entire damn movie in my head. That's how much I watched. I don't know why I loved it so much as a kid, but I did, and I was so into it that I memorized it. And you know, little me was going crazy. My little me was tweaking because shit, I can't even do that now. Um, hell, I can't even memorize a song that much. I have to have like music in the background to be able to like remember it. But yeah, and so it's honestly, Robots is an iconic movie, and I think it has a stacked cast. I want to say it again just in case, but it has Hugh McGregor, Robin Williams, Halle Berry, Stanley Tucci, Jennifer Coolidge, Amanda Bynes. So it's Mel Brooks. So it has a stacked cast, and there's a lot of references, not just adult, but also like pop culture references at the time, and also in the past. Like I know there's the Wizard of Oz reference and shit like that. So it's really good, really funny, and I would recommend people watching it. If you haven't, I don't know. I watched it so much as a kid, so I was a weird kid. Okay, so leave me alone. And I know that reminds me of a story I saw on TikTok. I believe a person they could rewatch Shrek as a kid because they watched it so many times, and like I said, I could do it. I used to. I can't do it anymore, but I could be able to do it, and yeah. And that is it. Oh, my rating. I gave it a 3.5, but deep down it's a 5 out of 5 for me. But I don't want to, appear as like a little kid. I want to be, taken seriously in a cinema world. Okay, you gotta understand, we are film critics. I don't give a damn. I'm enjoying my life and my moods, so Robots is a 5 out of 5 star in my top four, number one. Okay? Suck my balls. I don't know. So, that is it for today's video. Did you enjoy? They did. Thank you. Thank you, Godzilla, for. And of course, we have our special guest here, Godzilla. Give it a round of applause for Godzilla here. He's been phenomenal, giving me his intakes on everything. Do you have anything to say to the audience? Yeah, so he's saying a lot right now. So you might be like, he ain't saying shit, but you're not standing on business. You're not clicking. You're not clocking it right now, okay? You need to be in the same wavelength, and we are on that same wavelength. So once you get your shit straight and you're on the same wavelength, you'll be able to hear what he's saying, right? See? I might sound schizophrenic to people. But yeah, see y'all in the next video. I don't know what's gonna be, but hopefully something. Most likely same thing. Talking about movies again because I have a shit more to talk about for the month of August. Now I have to edit this. And I will see y'all in the next video. If you haven't already, like and subscribe. I got a burp. Like and subscribe. My cat, hold up. My cat is knocked out. Hold on. Yo. So that's it for today. I hope y'all enjoyed this video. Yin Yang says, and yo, better like and subscribe. If not, I don't know. She's gonna do something, but I think she's just gonna sleep. And that is it for today. I hope y'all have a great rest of y'all's day. Stay tuned for the next video. And hopefully I won't disappear for like a whole month again. Until then, take care of yourself. And I'll see y'all in the next video.